Oh, oh shoot. Chat.
Pizza's here! Pizza's here! Pizza's here! Pizza's here! Pizza's here! Pizza's here!
There, maybe.
1 second.
Check on her.
Let me get this.
No, we don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from the hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Alright. Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot!
19 shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the fucking pot!
Donuts. Central, we got shots fired. Central, we got shots fired. Central, we got a man with an AK-47. He's shooting at us. We're at that. Central, shots fired, shots fired. We got 3 officers down. 3 officers down. Send everybody. Stop moving! Stop moving! Put your hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
Police say they rescued a woman who was chained to the floor of a house after neighbors heard her calls for help. The Louisville Metro Police Department says 2 officers responded to the call and had trouble getting inside the house because the entire first floor was barricaded. They could hear the screams coming from the 2nd floor of the house.
We see a ladder.
Neighbors assisted in helping the officers get to the 2nd floor, where they entered the house through a window and saw the victim with a chain around her neck. The chain was secured to the floor and had to be broken. The woman was treated at the scene by EMS, and the chain was cut from around her neck. Cops say 2 days later they arrested a suspect, Moises May. He's charged with kidnapping, wanton endangerment, and terroristic threatening, among other charges. He pleaded not guilty, and bond was set at $100,000. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's nice. That's so cute.
This is the moment an Uber driver appeared in court, bruised and battered after he raped his intoxicated passenger, and her father got revenge. Ahmed Ali, aged 58, picked up a highly intoxicated woman who had been out drinking with friends. One of the victim's friends had called her an Uber after she was too drunk to get home by herself. However, the victim's friends did not join her in the Uber, and instead headed to another bar to continue drinking. Ali was supposed to take the girl home, which was about 12 minutes from the bar. However, he decided to take advantage of the vulnerable passenger. The driver reportedly used the Uber app to make it look like he had dropped the victim off at her destination, then drove her to a secluded fishing spot. The victim's friends arrived at her house about 30 minutes after she had been picked up, and grew worried when she was not there. Her friends alerted the victim's father, who had his daughter's location on the Life 360 app, and rushed towards the location with other concerned family members. They found the woman naked in the back of the Uber being sexually assaulted. Ali quickly tried to pull up his pants and scrambled into the front of the car, but the father, along with other relatives, began to beat him senselessly. During the altercation, the enraged father reportedly pulled out a gun and fired 2 shots at Ali, however they both missed. Somehow, Ali managed to escape until a police officer pulled him over and found him severely injured, bleeding heavily from his head and hands. Ali is now facing serious charges. What do you think his punishment should be? Let me know in the comments.
This is the toilet area where the inmate go to the toilet and also take a shower. So the CCTV will capture everything inside the cell, including the toilet area as well. So if they go to the toilet to do their business, or if they were to take a shower, we can see everything. At night, the CCTVs that is inside the cell are equipped in a way that they can see in the dark. This is a one-man cell setting. It can be psychologically small in a way if you are cooped up here for a very long time.
Yes, so I'm close the door behind you. Step back here. You step in front of your door for me. Okay.
Thank you very much for coming out of your cell to talk to us.
No problem.
How long have you been in this segregation unit?
In about a week, it'll be 4 months. So
What's that like?
it's hard, especially being pregnant.
You're pregnant?
Yeah.
When did you find out you were pregnant? Where?
When I got arrested, they gave me a pregnancy test at the county jail while I was there, and I found out there. And I was already like a month in my pregnancy, because I'm 5 months right now.
It's one thing to be pregnant in any general prison population. It must be particularly agonizing to be pregnant and to be in a segregated cell.
Yeah, like I said, you feel alone, you feel like... I mean, it's so depressing to where, like, every day at 6 o'clock when we get mail, you sit there on your bed and you look under your door to see if you get mail. And when you don't, like, I sit there and I cry because I feel like everybody just forgot about me. And being pregnant is even worse because my hormones are driving me crazy. 1 minute I'm mad, 1 minute I'm even madder, 1 minute I'm really upset. It's just an emotional roller coaster in this little room by myself.
When was your last communication with the father of your child?
Before we came here.
Is this your first baby?
No, I have a daughter. She's 5. She's with my mother right now.
What does your 5-year-old make of your situation? Because she is probably of the age where she's just about beginning to comprehend that her mother is not around.
Oh yeah, I talked to her. She knows that I've been in trouble, and she tells me like it is. I'll call her at home and she'll tell me, why can't you just stop getting in trouble and be home with me? And, you know, she tells me she's like the mom, and I'm the child. That's what it seems like right now.
Boyd escaped from a prison work program which was based in the local community. Her punishment is 6 months.
Running from the boys in blue, all I hear is Nino, Nino. Running from the motherfucking boys in blue, all I hear is Nino, Nino. The boy them got my brothers moving loose, going up and down like a seesaw. Ever since I caught them icy jewels, trust me, I need more, need more. Guns go bang bang, lifestyle gangland. Guns go bang bang, lifestyle.
Do you ever feel violent?
Yes, I do.
What do you feel like doing?
Killing people.
You still feel like killing people?
Yes.
Describe the feeling that you get when you feel like killing people.
Well, last March 11th, I was hallucinating, and I took a razor blade and I cut a man's throat.
Here in the hospital?
Here in the hospital.
Do you think you'd murder me, Joe?
Yes.
That's gruesome, Joe. That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
And you don't blame me if I say I hope you never get out of this place.
I hope I never do either.
This is Nico Jenkins, who was convicted on 4 counts of murder when he went on a killing spree in the span of 10 days in Omaha, Nebraska. At 15 years old, Jenkins was sent to a youth correctional facility and served a 10-year sentence in prison for carjacking and assault. A month after his release, Jenkins shot and killed 2 individuals in a robbery. 8 days later, his next victim was a former inmate he originally met in prison. He was shot and killed in his own garage. 2 days after that, Jenkins killed his 4th victim in a carjacking. Jenkins was arrested for unrelated charges, but it was here that cops were able to pin the ammo used in one of the killings to Jenkins.
Do you not realize I got Nico Jenkins? Do you not realize that? I got Nico Jenkins. I got you.
What do you mean you got me?
I got your DNA at the murder scene. I got your DNA in the car.
Sir.
I got the weapon. I got Nico Jenkins.
Jenkins pleaded no contest to 4 counts of first-degree murder. He also waived his right to a jury trial, meaning a 3-judge panel will decide if he is innocent or guilty.
Each one of these murders was a deliberate and planned act. The victims were pre-selected and the murders were purposeful.
After Jenkins is found guilty of all 4 murders, he sits still with little movement. And now comes his sentence.
Therefore, this panel finds that the death penalty is appropriate, should be, and is hereby given for each of the 4 murders by the defendant.
As Jenkins is sentenced to death, he seems to be completely unfazed. He is currently incarcerated at the Nebraska State Penitentiary awaiting his death sentence. This is Martez Abram, who is convicted on 2 counts of murder for the killings of 2 Walmart employees in South Haven, Mississippi. Abram had worked at the Walmart but was faced with a suspension after he apparently had a knife on him in the store. The day he was suspended, he returned to the store with multiple weapons and opened fire, killing store managers Anthony Brown and Brandon Gales.
He was laying on the ground with his eyes open, and I ran up to him and I looked at him. I said, Anthony, honey, please say KC one more time.
He also shot an officer who survived due to his bulletproof vest.
Once I got out of my vehicle, I heard gunshots and I felt the pressure of the bullet hit my back.
He was arrested on site. Now in court, Abram admits to all crimes.
That's you, isn't it, sir?
Yes.
Look at it, please, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Gale is on the floor going down at this point, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay, and that's you shooting him, right?
Yes.
Look at the screen, sir.
Yes.
That's you shooting him?
Yes.
Can you admit that you shot him in cold blood?
Yes.
You shot him again, didn't you?
Yes.
After that, you went back to the toilet paper aisle, didn't you?
Yes.
This is one of the victim's wife delivering a victim impact statement.
You took Anthony from me on the exact day 20 years earlier that we had our first date.
And now this is when the judge will decide Abram's fate.
In count 1, I will sentence you to death. Count 2, you will be sentenced to death. In count 3, you will be sentenced to life in the penitentiary.
As Abram hears that he will be receiving the death penalty, he stands silently, where he now sits on death row awaiting his execution. This is Markeith Lloyd, who is convicted of murdering a police officer in Orlando, Florida.
I'm facing a relationship for someone I have absolutely don't know nothing about. And they frame me,
Lloyd was already on the run from the police after he killed his former girlfriend, who was pregnant with his child. A month later, Lloyd is spotted in a Walmart. You can see him walking in. Moments later, Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton pulls in. You can see her grab a cart and walk in. Reportedly, they cross paths every few minutes. Outside the store, Lieutenant Clayton was notified and she tried to stop and arrest Lloyd when a shootout begun. Lieutenant Clayton was killed during the interaction, being shot 4 times. Following the murder, Lloyd took off again, which led to a 9-day manhunt, where he was later found. During the arrest, he tried to escape, where he lost his left eye in the altercation. Here in court, Lloyd took the stand. Reportedly, he believed everyone was out to kill him.
And I was just reacting, Mary. I was just reacting. Even when they opened the door, I just reacted. I fired 2 shots, I just reacted.
The jury then found him guilty.
It really hurts deep down inside.
This is Lieutenant Clayton's sister giving a victim impact statement.
She stood in the place as my mother when I didn't have one. I truly miss my sister. I truly miss her.
And this is the moment that Lloyd hears that the jury unanimously recommends the death sentence.
We, the jury, unanimously find that the defendant, Markeith Lloyd, should be sentenced to death.
Lloyd seems to mouth something out to the public. A few moments later, Lloyd has an outburst.
You've been trying to kill me. People try to bring me for murder.
All right, why don't we remove Mr. Lloyd from the courtroom?
The judge later agreed with the jury and sent Lloyd to death, where he now sits behind bars waiting for his death sentence.